Right now, it's a good time for you to set your watches and your clocks. Look at it, set it right. It's now 8 o'clock in the morning. And this is the start of the hour between 8 and 9, brought to you courtesy of Law Insurance Brokers. One call for all insurance. Telephone number to call to make contact with Law Insurance Brokers today is 876-968-1100. And first order of business in this hour is for us to get right into what we call Real Estate Today. This is a 10-minute feature that we do every Wednesday morning at this time, and it's courtesy of Howard Johnson Realty Limited. They are located at unit number 15 in the Ligony Post Mall in Kingston 6, Jamaica. And I was recently in that office and was treated quite royally, actually. So you're invited to check them out if you have any real estate matters that you want them to solve. This morning, the subject that we're looking at is DIY gardening to improve curb appeal. DIY, do it yourself. Now, there are many ways to make your home appealing, doing things like painting and incorporating beautiful interior decor, just to name a few. But an old way that still proves to get the job done is improving your curb appeal by gardening. Joining us to discuss this whole matter of DIY gardening to improve curb appeal, we're joined by Howard Johnson Jr. of Howard Johnson Realty Limited. Morning and welcome, Howard.
Thank you very much, Richard. Good morning to you.
Hope you're doing all right, sir.
Yeah, man, staying dry as best as possible.
All right, I'm doing well myself. And we're also joined by David Shields, who is the Managing Director at Quantum Landscaping and Supplies. Good morning, David. How are you today?
Hi, good morning, Richie. I'm fine, thanks.
All right, good to have you on the program as well.
Thank you.
This morning, Howard, I want to start by asking you to establish with us, for us, what is curb appeal as it relates to real estate?
Well, Richie, curb appeal it really refers to the attractiveness of the property when viewing it from the streets, from the road. And in its simplest form, it's really subjective to the appreciation of the physical property, because usually what you see will determine from the outside may determine what you experience on the inside. So you want to have that good side. Mm-hmm. You know, like when persons take their photo, they say, take it from a good side. So the house and the curb is actually, in fact, that good side.
And you can improve your curb appeal by gardening. And this is where I want to bring in David Shields now. David, what would you suggest as some of the best plants to use for gardening, especially in our climate, to bring up that curb appeal?
Okay, thank you, Richie. Okay, well, across the board, palms do well throughout the island. You know, and palms provide that salubrious or resort feeling upon entering a property. Some of these include Christmas palms, areca palms, bamboo palms, phoenix, and foxtail palms, to name a few. For shrubs, you'll find that in hotter sections, the woody plants that can eventually self-sustain after a certain size are best, such as hibiscus, ixora, red tie, and coffee rose. Those will boast the blooms and color at eye level. Mm-hmm. Finally, bedding plants, such as plumbago, pentas, Texas sage, and Duranta gold, provide attractive borders and give beauty at ground level.
So those are some of the suggested plants. Now, yes. David, what advice would you give to homeowners in terms of how they should choose whether to plant high or low maintenance plants?
Okay, drought-tolerant plants, which is the real term for what we usually refer to as low maintenance, are best suited for lowland areas that are closer to sea level. So because of the harsh sun, especially during summer, it's best to choose plants that will bloom well in the sun with little water, such as bougainvillea, desert rose, lantana, plumbago, and so on. Now, the more delicate plants, which we often refer to as high maintenance, such as roses, orchids, impatiens, and begonia, those are better suited for cooler sections at higher elevation. So you might notice when you're looking around that certain varieties of plants are very popular in the hotter sections, while some are more popular in cooler sections or at higher elevations.
I have noticed that. Howard, let me ask you: does curb appeal really affect property value?
It
yes.
sure does, Richie. It sure does.
Is that my question?
I actually threw to Howard, and I'll also get a comment from you, David.
Okay.
Yes, when buyers are driving on the road and they're, scoping out an area, oftentimes the property that jumps out at them is the one that they would zero in. And again, it establishes what may be the value inside. And if it lives up to that expectation of the first impression, then it makes a world of a difference. It almost cements the deal. So you drive up, you see this beautiful house. If inside is equal to what I see on the outside, it's a done deal. Because looking at the one next door, I already see that I have to change the roof and I have to paint.
Mm-hmm.
But inside may be equally as spectacular. But the one that has the curb appeal and complements it with the characteristics of the property inside will likely cement the deal over another, and persons will spend good money for that because it lessens their capital injection upon acquisition.
David, is that the kind of experience that you have as well?
Oh, certainly, yes. As you know, we're in the landscaping business and the tree pruning business. We have had a recent situation where we went to a property and we were asked to prune some trees and cut down a few. And, what that person actually said to us, and they have a lot of knowledge here in this department, is that we're to leave the palms because palms have a way of increasing the value of a property, and also, it attracts people to the property. So yes, if you have a well-landscaped place, you get a therapeutic feeling when you go in.
And it will increase the value that you can get for it. Let's quickly ask you to broach the subject of pests, and how can homeowners rectify the matter of pests in their gardens, David?
Right. Thanks, Richie. Okay. Now, the first thing is the choice of plants. You see, some plant varieties, such as Ixora or Croton, those highly attract insects or fungus, and they must be sprayed frequently to avoid contaminating your other plants. Secondly, whenever you're spraying for pests, such as whiteflies, the entire property should be sprayed all at once. Because you see, spraying only some sections of the property or spraying only the affected plants will cause the insects to simply migrate to other plants and then continue to spread once the spray application wears off. Now, in terms of larger trees, such as fruit trees, whenever you see branches that show signs of rotting or insect holes, those should be pruned to avoid the spread of termites or duck ants on your property. And finally, fallen fruit, that's fruits that have fallen on the ground, should be picked up frequently to avoid flies and rodents.
Mm-hmm. Very, very important point you just made there. All right, we've learned a lot this morning, and Howard, we're going to hand it over to you now for what you call, and we've come to appreciate as the tip of the day.
Yes, sir. Curb appeal starts at the curb, naturally. Try planting on the outside of your walls and fences and not only in your garden. The additional plants and color will create a sense of depth, making your front yard appear larger and more welcoming.
That is our tip of the day. Question, Howard, is our deal on the edge today going to be a rental property or one for sale?
It is, in fact, one for rent.
Hold on. Don't give it yet. Let's hear it. Time now for the deal on the edge. Over to you, Howard.
Love that familiar song. This 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom ground floor apartment features spacious rooms with built-in closet, beautiful kitchen, washroom, and other additional features. It is centrally located and gives easy access to New Kingston and downtown. We're asking $130,000 per month for this property. The contact person is Sybil Harvey. You may reach her at 382-9930 or send her an email at Sybil, S-Y-B-I-L, Sybil at hjrealtors.com.
Good luck with that one, Sybil. By the way, David Shields, how can you be contacted?
Oh, thank you. Okay, well, we can be contacted by telephone at 876-869-8334. And we're also on Facebook at Quantum Landscaping, or on Instagram at Quantum_landscaping_JA, where you'll see plenty pictures of our job.
All right.
And we also offer free inspections in Kingston and St. Andrews.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much for your participation in the program this morning. Can we have the coordinates for Howard Johnson Realty Limited now, Howard?
Unit 15, Ligony Post Mall, 115 Hope Road. You may visit our website, hjrealtors.com, or you can visit us on our social media handles at HJ Realtors, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or give us a call, 876-620-1457.
Gentlemen, I found the program very interesting this morning. Thank you both very much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Richie.
Thank you very
Take
much.
care, Howard.
David.
All the best. That was Real Estate Today, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by Howard Johnson Realty Limited, located at unit number 15 in the Ligony Post Mall in Kingston 6. Join us again next Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock, when once again we'll have another program in the series Real Estate Today. Today's topic was DIY gardening to improve curb appeal. It's 11 minutes now past the hour of 8 o'clock.